really address some of the energy issues that we're talking about this morning, and also talk about the overall ability to strengthen our security goals and to help grow our local communities. You know, our region is blessed with an abundance of natural resources that can be sustainably grown to produce renewable transportation fuels and power. Alabama has over 22 million acres of productive forest. We've got several million additional acres of land that's suitable for growing dedicated energy crops. We've got an extensive infrastructure that's already in place that successfully delivers biomass to our world-class forest products industry across the state today. For the past 4 years, Auburn has been making substantial investments in our renewable energy program and our alternative fuels program. And we've made energy and the environment one of our major strategic research initiatives and research focuses at the university. Our center, and next slide please. Our Center for Bioenergy and Bioproducts is currently in partnership with the University of Tennessee, Oak Ridge National Laboratories, and other collaborators on a major biofuels research proposal that's been made to the U.S. Department of Agriculture. The project involves over 80 researchers around these institutions and commercial partners such as Cirrus, seed company Arborgen, and Genera Energy. USDA received over 60 proposals. They down selected to 8 proposals. 3 will be selected, and we have just made our defense over the past week for the proposal that we have submitted. And I have a video that I'd like for you to see at the end that talks a little bit about that. If selected, and we're optimistic that we will be one of the 3 selected around the U.S., it would mean a program of about $45 million in investment for all the institutions, and would be about $11 million investment for Auburn in our research program. So it's really significant to us. One of the things I think the video does, it really articulates some of the challenges that we have today in terms of creating a biomass industry and a biofuels industry. Next slide, please. So what are we doing specifically at Auburn to address some of these challenges? Well, as I mentioned before, we're concentrating on forest biomass, on cellulosic materials as a renewable resource for both the creation of energy as well as the creation of renewable fuels. We're looking at dedicated energy crops, agricultural waste, and also oil crops. And in all of those, we have to address reducing costs at all levels. So we have to look not just at growing the crop, but we have to look at producing it, we have to look at how you harvest it, we have to look at how it's being processed, then how it's stored and how it's transported. Next slide, please. One of the projects that we currently have underway, we have a $10 million project with the Department of Energy that is looking at our ability to produce high tonnage biomass for the renewable energy and renewable fuels area. This particular project was one of 5 that was selected around the U.S. We're the only one in the South, and we're concentrating on southern pine forest as our renewable resource. As you can see, this partnership and this particular program also has a lot of collaboration and a lot of extensive work being done with a number of different companies. The interesting part, we've also got not only a landowner and forest service activities in the western part of Alabama, but we also are working with an equipment manufacturer in Canada. One of the things we have to look at are ways that we can go into forests and go into areas where we have residues and economically collect that to be used for processing. So this project is looking specifically at how you can design and develop equipment that can do that economically and can reduce the levels there as well. Next slide, please. One of the things that we're also concentrating on is not just the growing of the crop, but also the production aspect of how you convert the crops. And as Steve mentioned, Steve touched on gasification. Gasification is one of the primary areas that we are looking at. So we have a gasification laboratory on campus that has just been commissioned that will allow us to take woody biomass and other energy resources and convert those into a synthetic gas that can be used to create renewable energy, as well as renewable fuels such as synthetic gasoline, diesel fuel, and aviation fuel. Next slide, please. So just in summary, we've had an extensive program that's been going on for a number of years now. We're in partnership and collaboration with other institutions around the Southeast. We certainly welcome and have opportunity to work with some of the companies in the state of Alabama. We have a great partnership with Alabama Power and with